Hi everyone, how are you today? It's Mrs. Holbrook and of course our good friend Baby Echo. And today is actually our very last day in this unit. That means we'll do a little review, and sometime soon when you see your teacher, you will get to show everything you learned on a test. Remember, tests are just an opportunity to show what you know, and then your teacher will know what you might still need help with. Okay, so just do your best and don't stress. Let's warm up. Repeat after me. Y, X, X, W, W, Z, Z. Who knows another letter that makes the Z sound? S. The S says S and Z. Good. Okay, here's some glued sounds. O and K, honk, onk. I and K, pink, ink. Whoops. A and K, bank, ink. Fantastic. And next, my friends, we are going to look at some of our trick words. Let's pick a few different units here. How about we do unit 5 and let's do 9 and 8. Sound good? Okay, let's do it the way where you read it. Try to say it before I do. Have, do, does, say, says, see, between, each, would, could, should. Those words rhyme. Her, over, number. Fantastic job with our trick words. And next, it is a story time. Okay, so this is a story that we have read before, and we're going to look at it again today. Okay, great. Here, let me just move myself. There we go, down here. So I want you to look at the title. The title's right here. It tells us, it's always before the story or before the book. What's the title of this one? Fred the Frog. So we have two words there with an FR blend. Can everyone make that sound with me? Fred, frog. Can you think of any other words that start with that blend? Fragrant, frolic. Okay, friends. Yes, good one. All right. So here's what I want you to do. Can you remember the story in your mind? So kind of close your eyes and think about Fred the Frog and try to make a little movie go and try to think what happened in this story that we read. And now go ahead and tell me everything that you remember in your mind. Wow, good remembering. Now let's read it together and see if there's any details that we left out, okay? So I'm going to tap the scoops and we'll read the scoops together. Try to stay with me. Here we go. Fred the Frog likes to hop and jump. He hops over the twig and he jumps on the grass. He is quick. He jumps over the mud and between the two dogs. He jumps on the steps. Let's stop right there. Think about all those words we just read and what are you picturing happening? Picture it and go ahead, talk to the screen, even if it seems silly, who cares? Yeah, I'm picturing like this little frog and he's just hopping everywhere over twigs into the grass and he's super fast. And then one time he jumps over mud in between two dogs and on some steps. Yeah, he's just jumping everywhere super fast. Super fast. Okay, let's do the next one. Read it with me. Then I did not see him. What are you picturing now? Yeah, I'm still picturing like the grass and the twigs and the dogs, but not Fred. Read with me. Where did Fred go? Did Fred hop up on that bench? Yes, he did. Then he went into my hut. There we go. Into my hut. Did Fred hop up on my bed? Yes, he did. Oh my gosh, what are you picturing? I'm picturing him go onto the bench and then into the hut and then onto her bed or his bed. Oh my gosh. Let's read the ending together. I see an exclamation point, so we're going to read this with a lot of excitement and expression. Yuck! Get off, Fred! How do you think this person feels that Fred the frog is on his or her bed? Not pleased. How do we know that? Because they say, get off, yuck. How would you feel about Fred the frog being on your bed? Yeah, I wouldn't be too pleased either. Okay, so here's what I would like us to do. There's a few lines I want to practice reading again with a lot of fluency. And remember, when we're fluent, it means that we read the way we talk. We put expression in and we're smooth, not like a robot talking. So let's search with our eyes. Who can find a spot that has a question mark? Anyone find a question? Hmm. Aha, here it is. There's a question mark here. So when our eyes see a question mark, we have to raise up our voices. Listen to me do this sentence. Where did Fred go? Do you hear how I got my voice higher? Try it with me now. Where did Fred go? Again, where did Fred go? Now try it on your own. Nice. Look, we have another question here. Let's try this one now. My eyes saw a question mark, so let's practice it. Did Fred hop up on that bench? Hear my voice? Do it with me. Did Fred hop up on that bench? Now do it on your own. Great work. Very nice. Okay, so we will use this story to help us get a little practice in for your test. So please go grab your whiteboard and we're going to make it into a rhyming and spelling game. Pause here if you need more time to get your whiteboard. Okay, show me that you have your whiteboard. Show me that you have your marker. Okay, and something to erase with, a tissue, a stuffed animal like Baby Echo, whatever, a sock. A lot of times I use socks. Okay, so I want your eyes to search in the first line. You know what? Let's count. How many lines of text are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines. So in this first line, not sentences, it's just a whole line, I want you to find a word that rhymes with bed. There's a word in this line that rhymes with bed, and I want you to write it on your whiteboard for me. And if you're not sure, think, bed grass? No. Bed twig? No. Bed jump? No. Bed frog? No. Bed Fred? Yes, those words rhyme, so go ahead and write Fred. And remember, Fred is someone's name. It's the frog's name, so it gets an uppercase F. Okay, so now that we have Fred, I am going to give you a minute to see how many words you can write on your whiteboard that rhyme with Fred and bed. Ready? Go. Okay, 10 more seconds. It's kind of a tricky one. Just do your best. All right, read me your words. What did you come up with? Nice. Here's what I came up with. Fred, bed, led, wed, said, head. Do you notice anything interesting about these different words? Let me make them a little bigger for you. There you go. Yeah, all of these ones have ed, ed. These ones still rhyme. Said, it sounds like ed and head, but look, this one's a trick word. That's what makes it tricky because it's S-A-I-D. And this one's a vowel team. We've been learning some vowel teams. We haven't learned this one yet. And when you haven't learned how to spell something that's tricky yet, it's okay. You do your best, hear the sounds, and write them. That's what we do. Okay, go ahead and erase these rhyming words. And I want to practice a couple words that have suffix endings, okay? Let's try the word drills. He drills his drill into the wood. You hear the suffix ending, right? So what's the base word? Drill. Let's tap out drill. D-R-I-L. Drill. D. D-R. Spell it and then write it. Okay, my friends, you have a lot to mark. The very first thing I want you to do is make sure you did drill. And in drill, you should have a bonus L. So put a star on the bonus letter. Okay, the next thing I need you to do is scoop the word, circle the suffix. And when you scoop that syllable, what kind of syllable is it? Let's see, is the vowel closed in? Yes, it is. It's closed. So we put this little smile called a brev over the I to show that it makes the short I sound. Eh, eh, eh. And then make sure you have your suffix S. Great job, everybody. Let's go down to the next line where you have some space and do another one. Repeat after me. Pests. There are some pests in my house. What's the base word? Pest. Let's tap it. P-E-S-T. Write pest and then make it say pests. When you're done, underline the base word, circle the suffix, and then label the syllable type. Let's check it out. It's closed, so it's a short E with a brev over it. What are our words? Drills, pests. Okay, we're going to do two more words, and they're both trick words. Where can you look if you get stuck with a trick word? If you're not sure how to spell it. Yeah, you can check in your notebook. That's right, in the very back where all the trick words are. Okay, so trick word number one, each. Each and every one of you are very smart. Each. E, that's the tricky part. How are you going to get that E sound? And then ch, ch, ch. That's not tricky. It's the way it sounds. Each. And then word number two, says. Says. I hear a suffix at the end. S at the beginning's not tricky either. It's the middle. It sounds like eh, but that's not how it's spelled. So look those up and pause until you're ready, and I'll show you my words. Each says. So here's the tricky part here. I'll put a heart under, and here's the trickier part here. Let's read all of our words. Drills, pests, each says. Great job. You can clean it up.